Good afternoon, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and today, guys, on Savage Saturday Comic Review, episode 108, we are reviewing a Bart Sears Conan portfolio, but I'm not doing it by myself. I have with me a very special guest that is going to star in this artist series with me. And without further ado, let's introduce Madam. Good afternoon, Madam. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. I got one glove on, and I have to turn off my phone here because now I feel like a real unprofessional. But I'm doing great.
What a noob!
I'm excited to review some good art.
Yes, so a little history about this is I was able to procure a bunch of these Conan art portfolios quite cheap through my LCS. Basically, they were an A-OK with how cheap I got them. So shout out to Chet, owner of Rhinos Comics, who really hooked me up with them. And I'm like, I'm going to review these and make them on my Savage Saturday Comic Review. I'm like, but hey, I have an artist friend. I have a couple of them, but I reached out to Stephanie, and she was all about getting on and looking at the art, reviewing it, and giving her opinion. Probably telling me why I'm wrong to like this or like that, or we'll see. We'll see what the thing is we haven't discussed what she thinks of these portfolios yet. So it's going to be some nice, fun live reactions, and I can't wait to see what her thoughts are on them. But Stephanie, before we get going, we're going to say hi to everyone in our chat this morning.
Yay!
So. Stephanie's drinking some water and with fresh squeezed lime.
This is sparkling water with fresh lime. So, and I have a little bit of laryngitis, so
we'll get you through it.
Super rough. Sorry.
So in first, as always, we have Las Cruces. Good morning, Las Cruces. Trev, the shipping guru.
I beat you at breakfast with Brian.
Oh, she did.
Las Cruces.
He regained the title here, but that's because it wasn't fair. You were backstage.
Okay.
We have Wellbore in the house. Good afternoon, Wellbore. John, Big Daddy Ross. Good afternoon, John. Thank you for coming over and checking out the channel.
Cool.
And let's see. We're going to keep scrolling down. We have CJ Design. Good morning. Nice to see you. Randy Rasnake. All right. So I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrong, sir. Good afternoon. Nice to see you.
Another artist.
Yep,
awesome
Doug Bryan. Good afternoon, Doug. Nice to see you in here, sir.
And got artists and stuff. Jeez.
Hey, Jackson Roy Kirk. Always nice to see Jackson in there, so you know there'll be some good ribbon going on. Sproul Madness is here. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. Yeah, Brian LCS has joined us.
Yay.
Good show this morning, Brian. Thank you for the shout out, sir. We appreciate you.
Cool.
Matt Woods, everybody.
Matt Woods.
Good morning, Matt. Nice to see you. So Joe popped in on the regular chat earlier. Said he'd catch us on the rewind. Scotty, how you doing, sir? Good evening.
Nice,
or good evening. Woo. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? All right. Oh, Joe is here. Hey, Joe. How you doing, sir?
Gorby
Dow. Gorby Dow has a fantastic channel for those of you who haven't checked him out. And you would say, like, who would you say are some of the best voices out there, Stephanie? Like, would you agree, like, Antonio Banderas has a great voice?
I would agree with that, yeah.
Right? I think not Wellbore, he was great also, but Gore Vidal has a great voice on YouTube. He does a lot of, like, reading stories and stuff. Fantastic voice. It really brings you into the stories. We have Mike here from Evils Comics. Nice to see you, sir. And Free Comics is here. Nice to see you, Free Comics. Yay! Thank you for joining us this morning. And are we caught up yet? Oh, no, we got Seth 11, another great supporter of the community. Nice to see you, Seth. Good afternoon, sir. And I am completely thrown off this morning, so if I'm keep saying the wrong time of day, just ignore me, guys. We got Poke Joe. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. All right, and I think for the most part, we might be caught up on the chat finally. So, yes, thank you for pointing that out, CJ. 17 watching, only 9 likes. If you guys don't mind, could you please hit the like button on your way? And I would certainly appreciate it. Get the video shared out. So, without further ado, Stephanie, we're going to get into this portfolio. I'm really curious to hear your opinion on it, being an artist yourself.
Right.
And having what I would consider a trained eye for art.
Thank you.
So I'm going to make myself big a second, and then when you're critiquing it, we'll make
Sure.
you big.
Okay.
I am going to show the first one, and this is the cover. So we have 6 portfolios. At the end of this episode, Stephanie is going to pick one of the other 5, and we'll do that one next week. So here we go. Matt Woods, if you want the dislike button, you just hit the like button twice, sir.
Matt, you're so mean.
Oh, Matt and I have a good busting going on together. So here we go. So this is the first Bart Sears one. This is what opened the portfolio. And I'm gonna share the screen here, and we're
Okay.
gonna bring up this that way they can see it. So there it is there
Right.
for everyone to take a closer look at of this Bart Sears piece. Now this is a piece I thought was a great opener for it because I just like Conan in the foreground with the spear, with the trees in the background, and I thought it was just a good representation to get you into this packet. But we're gonna remove this and we're gonna make you big, and we're gonna see what you think about it, Stephanie. So for this first piece, what strikes you about it, or what throws you off about it?
I really love it because it's 50% like black to white, which I find is a good ratio. It makes a good composition. It's also has a good diagonal to it, and it has really good textures to it. Like there's different textures within the trees, and the robe flows
Right.
nicely. So I dig it.
And I started with this portfolio in particular because it's the only black and white portfolio. The other ones are in color.
Oh, okay.
And when black and white is done right, I'm a huge fan of it. And I also thought the same. So with this here, I really did enjoy, like, it's not just a lot of people, if they do black and white, it's just a lot of cross hatching, right?
Yeah.
And I did really like it. The moon stands out because he knows how to use the absence of art as well in it.
The negative space.
Yeah, which I thought was great. Well, all right, good. So let's move on to number 2, and
Okay.
we'll bring it up. And we'll move it ahead here on my video that I made. And sorry, there we go. So now as we get into this one, what I like about this one, and we'll make myself big a moment on this. Ooh. Well, there we yes, I'm doing so good with the formatting right now. Uh, well, they added new things to it, so they're in like different places, which keeps throwing me off. Oh, I know what I got. I got to remove this first. That's the problem. There we go. All right, then we'll get back into that. Every time they add something, Stephanie, it's like I have to relearn it again. So this one I liked. You got at the bottom of the valley here, as you guys can see, there's a bunch of corpses and dead bodies from the battle. And still some fighting going on. You got some guys trying to get up to Conan amongst the corpses. You see Conan fighting on the ledge and having just dispatched of another assailant. And again, great use of the moon, I think, in the background and the sky. And I think also the shadows in this tell a great story as well as the lighter areas. But I like the depiction of savagery in this one, and it takes me like to where Conan resided. That fake Hyborian age, this land of savages, and so we're gonna add this to the stream again and just give them a quick look at it.
Yeah. I'm curious what everyone else thinks about this too, you know?
Oh, here we go. Seth 11 is saying that reminds him of the movie 300. Maybe that's where they
Mm,
got that epic scene from, Seth.
yes.
Because this is
That's a
back
good
from
point.
1989. This portfolio.
Cool.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Hmm.
And we also had Scotty G join us. Good afternoon, Scotty G. He says you're looking beautiful as ever, madam.
Thank you.
All right, and but I don't disagree with Seth that it's very 300-ish. But
Hmm.
Conan did it first, Seth. Morning, Jerry. But
Mm.
if you guys have an opinion on the art piece, please let us know. But madam, let's take it to you now for a moment, and you can let
Okay.
us know what you think about that second one, and I'll add it back once we got you big here. And there we go.
I'm not a fan of this one, actually. I know
Really?
it looks very dramatic. I know you'd expect that I would probably like it, but I don't. I don't find the composition to be right, to be effective. I think there's different angles they could have used. Um, and I find it hard to read the guy on the top at first, too. It's just not my favorite.
Oh, you think it's a bit messy the way it's put together?
Not messy. It's just not it's just in my mind it's not like correctly compositionally done. It
Okay.
could have been better compositionally drawn. They could have found a better angle to, you know what I mean? I think you guys maybe love it for this angle, but I don't actually.
Yeah, see, and I thought that was part of the nice things. It just depicted him like having a last stand, and just the savagery of it got me. But I will agree because when I did look up top, one of the things that did throw me off about this was that left leg,
Okay.
where it just kind of disappears in the background there. And
Hmm.
so that when I looked at this, that was like one of my only things. But Conan is a bit messy up top, and it is a little bit hard to pick him out. I still love the piece for the savagery it depicts, though. Jackson Roykirk says that the moon should be centered.
Yeah.
I kind of like where the moon is. And Joe says, "Ouch, madam."
Oh, come
Oh,
on. I mean,
thank you for stopping by, Doug. We appreciate it. Or I'm sorry,
hey,
Dave. We
Dave.
appreciate it. So you got Joe against you and Jackson Roykirk with you.
Okay, good. See?
Oh, Welsh Dragon, nice to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Welsh Dragon. Love the name.
And Matt Woods is saying that he is not the biggest fan of this drawing. It's good, but it lacks detail.
See?
Uh,
Thanks,
I
Matt.
I don't know if I trust Matt or if I think he's just kissing up to you. So I have
No,
to.
he's not.
I'm just picking on Matt. I have to get him back a little bit, Stephanie. See, there's Joe. Matt and I don't always agree on art.
That's true.
And we have Phil Tastic. Good evening, sir.
Hey,
Listening,
Phil.
but all listening, but here. And I'm on Joe's side. What does Matt know? Come on.
Mm.
Hey Phil, nice to see you. All
Oh,
right, so we'll skip to the next one here. So right now on the Bart Sears, we're 1-1 with Madam on the Bart Sears project. So
okay.
we will see how this is we'll see how this is going to stack up on the next one.
There are a lot of artists in the chat. There's Randy Resnake. There's Phil Tastic now. There's lots of
Right.
people out there. CJ Design. There's lots of people I can see on the chat who are artists who should be weighing in on this stuff, I think.
And what I liked about this
On my
series,
side,
right, is this. I like that they had little captions from the stories that these took place in. Right, like this one says,
Mhm.
"Crimson drops spattered the snow," and we'll get to this one. Let me add this to the stream, and let me skip it ahead to the next piece. And thank goodness for Power Director because I can just make these short little videos and add stuff in. All right, so get back to you guys. And yes, I probably could do it a bit smoother, but all right, we won't share that yet. I'm going to make myself big and I will showcase this piece and we'll get Madam's opinion on this. And No Good Comics, Justin, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Scotty says he's not an artist himself, but he studied art his whole life and geology too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, and
Love
Doug Bratton's given a little bit of information on his project. Roughs for Isolation, 4 pages, 3 through 12 are approved. Congratulations.
Hey.
And yes, in the description below, Welsh, you can follow Stephanie on IG, and the link is right there for everyone to click and follow her. You will always find links in my descriptions, unless it's Matt Woods. No, all right, next one is Conan on a horse, and completely the detail in this is that guy's face is gone that he just cut.
All right,
And what's that?
that's just all right.
Yeah, well, it's hey, Stephanie, I have a pretty good idea that guy had it coming. You got a bunch of guys attacking one guy on a horse. Oh,
I think
he's just
that's
trying to get
beautiful.
passage through. So we
I
are
think
gonna
that's a
do
beautiful
this.
one.
Add this to the screen. So Stephanie, I'm gonna guess this one was not to your liking.
I love it. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I love it. I think it's really well drawn. It almost looks like a Rorschach ink blot the way it's displayed. I think it's compositionally really cool, and I love all the muscles. Yep.
I didn't know what you would think about the savagery of the guy's face just disappearing in the slash.
I have some interesting stuff going on.
Because well, it fits the context of what this age is, which is what I like. Because as an adamant reader of this kind of fiction from Robert E. Howard, Conan was either living in a time where it was completely chaotic and savage, or he was one or two ways. He was either fighting to survive, or he was partying with tons of mead, food, and women. It was one or the other. So there wasn't a lot of just downtime for the savage. Matt Wood says total violence, love it.
Mhm.
And I think we had another opinion. Seth says pretty damn scary when Conan's on a big horse as well. And
Mhm.
that's something I wanted to actually bring up about this piece that I wanted Madam's opinion on. CJ Design says lots of movement, but thin linings dominate. I did like the inking on this. I like that it wasn't overly dark, and I thought the contrast was good. But one of the things I always see when there's a horse in a picture is I see other artists, not me, because I'm not an artist. I see other artists talk about if someone can do a horse well and get the scale of the horse right to the people, you could tell a good artist by that a lot of times because a lot of artists, I guess, have trouble with animals in proportion to humans.
Ah.
And but I thought the horse was great in this. I thought the mane looked as wild as Conan looked, and I am definitely a big proponent of this one. I thought the savagery in it especially was good, and what it pictures for me is one of my favorite things about Conan, and one of the things that draws me to the character is he has this indomitable will to survive at all costs. He's going to survive, and
Yeah.
I think that depicts that really well. We have Mark Andrews in. Good afternoon, Mark. Nice to see you,
Oh,
sir.
my.
And Joe says another winner. And Randy Rosnick says likes action and movement in this one. So
See?
we're getting
Yeah.
our artists starting to weigh in.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're two in one for you, Stephanie. So we are going to move to the next one, and we're gonna see what this is.
Okay.
And forgive me going around here getting all this stuff set up. Um, what is going on here? Oh, there we go. There's some new buttons when they redesigned it, Stephanie. So please bear with me when I figure some of the new buttons out.
Okay.
All right. So this one is we were just talking about Conan's indomitable will to survive, and this is from one of the first stories I ever read of Conan, and oh, and we have Shop for Comics join this as well. Good evening, Shop. So this is from the Frost Giant's daughter, and this was one where Conan had just left the Battle of Venarium. He was still a young soldier then, probably like 18 years old. And it was just all death around him in the snow. He had just set off on his own. He was with this little band, and none of them were Sumerians. And he ran across this goddess whose father is a god and who also had brothers. And she was seducing Conan, and then they were going to kill him, her brothers. So this is the Frost Giant's daughter.
Yeah. Wow.
And so you see her running from Conan. The tables have been turned because she thought that she was going to invite him in, and her brothers were two giants. And Conan made pretty quick work of those giants. They underestimated his savagery.
Right.
Let's see. Let's add this to the stream and let me get it to that photo. And then, Stephanie, we will get your opinion on this piece, if it's yay or nay. And all right. And so, what's your opinion on this one, Steph?
It's hard to see. It's so small, but I love it. I think it's really cool. I like the composition of black and white. I think she comes out beautifully in her negative space. Yeah, I really like all her, and the white aura around her is really effective and looks cool. Yeah, I love it.
We got Justin saying beautiful art. We got Trev being a downer, saying not my favorite. Just busting on you, Trev. You're fine, sir. Frost, yep, and yes, and of course the original Frost Giant's Daughter by Frazetta is without equal. We can all agree that Frazetta is the gold standard. And even Joe saying not a favorite of mine. Adam is wrong again. Ooh, Joe's against you this morning.
Joe is throwing down punches him.
You might have to get those claws out of those gloves and go at him. hard to see, but looks interesting. Well, I'm going to switch it up and I'll show it really close again. Let me make myself big. And so
fantastic. I'm wondering what you think about that.
Right. So we'll start. I'll just scan up slowly. Let me get this off there. So well, and I like the way the storm is shown in the art.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's really effective, the storm, and just shows the elements against them.
Some good artwork, if you ask me.
And I like that it's true to the Robert E. Howard story, because this is someone that she would find warriors fresh from a battlefield and become a vision to them and seduce them over to her brothers to kill and tear apart. For fun, because that's just how she was.
That's just how she was.
She was freaking out because those brothers, those giants were her brothers that she was trying to lure Conan in so they could kill him. It didn't really work out for any of them. And it really reminds me, Mark Andrews is saying it really reminds him of the scratch artwork on Slate. Oh.
Yeah, like definitely reminds me of some wood cutting. Yeah.
And Phil is saying he likes it kind of a Barry Windsor. Yes, I think so too. It has a little bit of the Barry Windsor Smith touch to it. Joe is saying the storm is cheaply drawn. That is the part I don't like. Oh, that's one of the parts I really like, Joe.
Actually, I like the storm. I think it's effective. And I like the diagonal of the storm.
I think Joe is backhand calling me cheap.
I think Joe just doesn't like me today.
Seth, she does not handle it well. I don't, right? You need to read, yes, and Matt's saying you need to read the story. It's a good one. It's not even overly long, but it shows Conan's complete will to survive and not be conquered. And we have Jerry weighing in saying he thinks it's beautiful. So the likes are outweighing the dislikes on this art piece. Very nice. All right, let me prep the next one and we'll get to it. So please bear with me a second. So we are now 3-1, madam, for what you like and don't like.
Don't count on me to keep track of score.
I got it, 3-1. All right, we're not counting on madam for scores. We got it. All right, this next piece I really like. I like the way the shading is used on the creature.
Okay.
And of course you got a beautiful woman on the bottom that Conan is leaping over and trying to save. And this is, I believe, from the Valley of Lost Women, which I actually have the book, the first print of this when it came out in my collection. So I do have a first print Robert E. Howard, which is something I didn't think I'd ever have. But this is from the Veil of Lost Women. So I like that piece a lot. Again, just shows Conan doing what Conan does, overcoming the odds. And Conan had a barbaric sense of honor to him. He is civilized in ways that civilized people are not, where they would sacrifice their own. Conan does not believe in that. And instead of letting someone else be sacrificed, Conan would go in for the save. So we are going to actually. Whoop, oh, this new format is messing me up. And
I think we should ask the chat if they like this one first, because
all right, let's do that. So, chat, before Stephanie weighs in, what are your thoughts on this piece? Joe, CJ Design, no, I'm sorry. Let's start with Justin, who says, another beauty. CJ Design is saying that's a well composed piece with nice depth. Joe is actually saying this one is terrific. The position of the characters in the black is a perfect offset to the white around them. And Philtastic Comics, I like how the monster frames Conan. Something looks a little off about Conan himself to me, but it may just be a glance of the image. Jackson says Sears would get better. Not a fan of his early work. Last Curse says, wait, Gary actually reads Conan books. Yes, I do. Mark Andrew, the black and white Savage Sword is what I was first drawn to. I really like. Same here. I have the whole run, Mark, and I just absolutely adore it. Melodope Comics joined us. Good afternoon, sir. Nice to see you. And Seth 11 is saying, I like the way Conan looks, but I just don't like the peripheral around him. Oh, all right. So, and Trev says, great one. All right, madam, your thoughts.
I have to agree with Philtastic. Philtastic, I believe, said that something's a little off about Conan himself. I believe his left leg is a little off for sure. But I absolutely love it. I have to agree with Joe, too, because I think it's a great piece overall. Upon first glance, just the stark, huge, black, creepy circle around him. It just looks so great. And I like it. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Even though there's a little off where he has problems on left legs then, huh? No, I like the way the wings framed Conan and just centered him.
Yeah.
And that was and that was one of those weird stories where that one wasn't really about Conan so much. It was about this woman being sacrificed by her own people. And it was a great little story. Probably not Robert E. Howard's best, but that's because you're reading it expecting it to be mostly about Conan. And Conan was actually the peripheral character in that, showing up to save her and playing the part of the diplomat to get in and find out where she was. But all right, so another good piece there.
I like Mark Andrews said that the no detail on the monster makes it even more threatening, which is so true.
It does, because sometimes it's what you don't see, right?
Right.
And all right, so we have that, and we are gonna go back to removing this, and I will make myself big, and there we go. Getting a new layout down. So this next piece, and we only have 2 more to go. So this one, this is the one I wore with myself. To me, this is one of the most savage pieces in this collection, but it's also one of my more meh pieces because I think a lot of it gets blurred. But so this is Conan fighting off a werewolf type creature. And, you can see him gutting the creature down in the bottom. But I think it's a little frenetic and a little all over the place as much as I like it. And I can see that he kind of wanted to be like that to make the battle kinetic and savage and a sense of action to it. But this one is the one out of this whole collection here that I think is just a little bit off and looks a little bit rushed to me. Probably not. It probably took him like hours and hundreds of hours to do. Who knows? But we will get the chats. We'll continue with what Steph started. So Seth, Jerry says not my favorite. Mark Andrews says that better be a silver blade. Matt Woods says the best Conan art he's seen is by Randy Rosnick. I've never seen his Conan art, so I can't weigh in on it. Randy, if you could send me a few shots on my Instagram, I'd love to see it though. Like I said, Jerry said not my favorite. Seth says it reminds him of Wolverine fighting Sabretooth.
Ah, yeah.
And
Hmm.
let's see, not the best.
Yeah.
There we go. And let's see. And Joe says, not on this one, just not enough detail. And proportions are weird, says Squirrel Madness. So we're going to add this to the stream and we're going to let you give your 2 cents on it, Steph.
Oh, well, at first glance, the black to white ratio is really nice. And the action, the composition looks cool. But there's something about there's too many lines on Conan himself. It's almost like he's supposed to be a woodcut, like because there's so many lines for
Right.
his shading. It's like unnecessary and it's distracting. It takes away from the piece, I think. And if he was
I
just shade, but it was in a weird way.
Right. Like, yeah, I agree because that was part of what threw me off in that piece are all the lines completely down Conan. That's like, what's causing them?
Yeah.
And then Mark Andrews says, this one does not use a lack of detail well. Real detail, then nothing. Like they got bored as they drew it.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
All right. So we got one piece left to go. So I will hold that up, give you guys a closer look at it. And then we'll get your opinion and then Stephanie's. Now, this one is actually I love. And I think it's because of the lack of detail on this one. I think the way it's done, the silhouette of it is beautiful.
Okay.
So just take a quick look. And not an action shot, just Conan arriving someplace, knowing he's got to get to the top of that tower once he gets to it, and that's where the battle is going to be. So we'll let you guys in the audience weigh in first. And what do you guys think of that last piece right there? And let's see, Phil, hope it was a lot of She-Hulk. Oh, okay, there we go. But let me get you all prepped up, Stephanie. And Phil says that one is his favorite by far. He really likes it. And let me did I get this one? Let me get this one ready. And bum bum bum. All right. So and we'll add this to the stream. And Joe says positive here, Conan pops. And Randy Rosnick says, very nice. The simplicity of it is what makes it beautiful. I agree with you, Randy. It's one of the reasons I really like that piece. Justin says, I know that one. I like that one. Squirrel Madness, all good. And yes, and I agree with Mark. The Black Citadel is a great story. And again, no detail again adds to the mystery, which it does. Oh, and Matt is saying, Gary, check your DMs. I will, Matt. Thank you very much. And Jerry says, I like that one. Simple. And the Jackson Roy Kirk says, this is the best one. John Big Daddy Ross likes this one as well. So I think out of all the ones that we've shown, this last one ended up being everybody's favorite. And now we'll see if it's Stephanie's. Scroll Madness says, beautiful piece. And Phil Tassick says the all black makes the tower look ominous. It does, and that's what you want in this in that story. Trust me. All right, Stephanie, what are your thoughts on this one?
I agree with everybody. I think it's beautiful. I love the simplicity of the black makes it look ominous in the background. I love the black and white. And once again, it's like a 50-50 ratio. There's a lot of black and there's a lot of white. But I think what makes this particular piece really cool is that tower, that citadel or whatever back there, is not symmetrical. It's very organically drawn. And there's lots of little nuances and different ink strokes, pen movement in the background that makes that thing so cool. And you can just make the whole thing black and it still looks cool, you know?
Right.
The fact that you can see a little bit of Conan's hair blowing makes the whole thing. If his hair wasn't blowing, like it would take away a lot of the ambiance.
Right. That and the grass is also blowing the same way, so they match. Which is just a great story too. And one of the best things about these arts is when they can actually remind you of the story itself, and then you know that the artist has kind of hit something special with it or not. So, all right. So overall, Stephanie, if you had to grade this portfolio here of Bart Sears, let's give a scale of 1 to 5. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. What would you grade him on?
God, I give him a 4.
Nice. I would
Good.
agree.
He's pretty good, you know. And
We
I
all had
really
that
like his
one piece we
black and
thought
white
was his
style.
weakest. I'm
Pardon?
sorry, go ahead.
Anatomy's his weakest part. Is that what you said?
No, no, we all had that one piece we thought was the weakest with him and the werewolf.
Right.
But overall, you thought his compositions and stuff were really well done.
Yes, I enjoy the black to white ratio. It makes a big difference. So I think he does a great job with that. Other people are weighing in with their 4.0, 2.5. Yeah. But I really like him. Yeah. Great compositions usually.
All the movement of the hair. Grass really makes this come alive. Trev says, great perspective, madam. Joe says, this has been a great show. CJ Design gives it a 4.0. I
Yeah.
agree with CJ for sure.
Yes.
Jackson Roy Kirk, I think, is being a little hard on Bart Sears. He probably didn't get his coffee and morning toast yet, so we'll give him a pass. No Good Comics gives it a 4. Chop and Drop, nice to see you, sir. And Obor, let's see. Can feel the yes. Wellbor says yes. You can feel the environment on that one.
Yeah.
And Joe's being funny. 3.928. And Jackson, the Norm one is my favorite. We'll see if Stephanie picks that or we're to that part of the show. I'm going to hold up the portfolios. I'm going to show Stephanie one image from each and let her pick which one we are doing next Saturday. Sound good, Steph?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, first one up, and this is we'll show this one first for the Jackson Roy Kirk, and let me make myself big on this one. All right. So we have this is the Earl Norm one. Now I gave Stephanie a sneak peek of just this cover. I'm like, Earl Norm's so good that when I look at this, I feel cold. Just a great one of the best Savage Sword of Conan pictures covers, and he was my favorite Savage Sword of Conan artist. Now this next one is going to be a lot of people's favorite. This is Joe Jusko. All right, so that's the other portfolio. Now we have Doug Beekman, who also did some great work. Then we have Nestor Redondo. And this is my least favorite portfolio just because he's a great artist. He just wasn't great on Conan. But I'll show you the back one because I got a big certificate of authenticity blocking most of the front one. So this is Michael Golden. So Stephanie, out of all those, do you have one that you'd like to see next week?
Yes, I really enjoyed the. You got to go back because I forgot the name of him. You got to go back like 3.
All right, one.
Because I was looking at the chat then, and then I got confused with the names.
I'm gonna guess.
But I have one that's definitely my favorite.
Doug Beekman.
And that's it. That's the one.
All right, so next week, guys.
Who is that?
Doug Beekman.
Doug Beekman.
Yep, I will take pictures and send these to you to look at again.
Okay.
Just like this week. So you have and I'll send you his name. Right, exactly. Not Michael Golden. No, unfortunately, I don't have a John Buscema one. He is my favorite. Well, everyone notices the horse on that one. They don't notice that there's a girl in a saddle with him.
Oh.
And yes, I agree, Justin. So Doug Beekman and a great artist himself. So I think Stephanie, 12 o'clock again next week. Same time, same bat channel.
I think I can do it.
Same barbaric channel. How about that?
Same barbaric channel. I can't promise whatever avatar I'll come as, but we'll see.
There you go. Well, we'll try to get her in Red Sonja one week.
You know something funny?
What's that?
I came as Black Cat because I'm like, I think that you like Black Cat, right? So I was
I
like,
do.
maybe
I'm a
that's just
huge
the
Felicia
character.
Hardy fan.
So that's why I was like, I'll be Black Cat because I got the costume, right? And I
Right.
was talking to Simple Simon this morning on Instagram, whatever, and he's like, actually, I think Red Sonja is his favorite, and I was like, fuck, you're right.
Yeah,
So
no. I like Felicia Hardy as much as Red Sonja.
So I went up in my closet. I was thinking that I'm like, do I have enough stuff for Red Sonja? So I looked around and I pulled up a picture of Red Sonja, right? And
Right?
and it's all like her metal clad, like ironclad, like swimsuit, basically. And I'm like, I just don't have that in my closet. So
No. She has different full suit outfits, Steph. There's few things.
hashtag goals. So,
Yes, there are. Unfortunately, I only have 6 of them, Jackson Roy Kirk, but I was lucky just to get 6 of the portfolios. But so Stephanie, overall, this first episode, did you have fun?
I had a great time.
Nice.
Did you have fun?
I had a fantastic time. It's always fun to share something you love with somebody else, right?
I love talking about art and stuff. So this is great. And I
And,
wonder if
and
the chat had fun because I really had fun interacting with the chat. And I love that there were so many artists in the chat who got to do stuff. You got to weigh in on everything, you know?
now you've got Matt Woods trolling you. She can't have everything, Matt. We got John saying good show. Here's Doug Bratton. Stephanie, you can borrow his.
I think you have my address, Doug. I'll be waiting for it.
Right? It might be stretched out in certain areas, Stephanie. you might have to hem it in some. But I don't know, Stephanie. I had a great show. I'm really glad that you and I came up with this idea. It's great fun just throwing this art off you and getting your opinion. I just like hearing the artist perspective, especially from an artist I respect like yourself. So thank you very much. And Joe says he's an art critic.
He is an art critic.
Joe's in a funny mood this morning. So yes, Jackson, we will be having 6 of these shows total. So, and I actually can't wait to hear Stephanie's opinion on all the art because you guys don't know. Like, I will find a comic book cover that I really like, and I'll Instagram message it to Stephanie, and I could be really excited. Like, Stephanie, look at this cover. Isn't it great? She'll be like, meh. I'm like, oh. Or I'll say, this one's okay. She's like, that one's fantastic. I'm like, what? Why? So it's fun because art is so individual to people, right?
It's so subjective.
And it's just cool to hear what connects with some people, what doesn't connect. And Mark Weiss here. Apologies to Matt Woods. Matt Woods and Joe being a bit of the trolls
Woods
today.
Is not being nice.
I know Matt Woods is ornery this morning. Old and ornery. No. Oh goodness. Yeah, poor Doug's getting body shamed now.
Body shaming you.
Right?
Doug,
tell him, Doug. They don't.
Doug.
Matt can't judge you.
Doug, Dave's not here. You're the better looking Bratton brother. I just want you to know.
There you go. But guys, in the chat, thank you guys so much. You guys helped make this a great, fun episode for Stephanie and I. We appreciate it. Stephanie, as always, thank you for the time you spend on my channel and just for being a part of the show. I appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
And
well, thanks for having me, Gary. This was a ton of fun for me. So thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. I look forward to the next installment. Doug Beekman it is.
Cool.
And I'm really curious because I think there's some polarizing stuff with him here and there, and I can't wait to hear the opinions.
Okay.
But guys, until next time, I always like to end this stuff. Thank you for joining us and keep it casual.